Hi, welcome to class. My name is Jill, and today we're going to be doing a class with the Pilates bar. Let's go ahead and take it so it's right next to us. We're gonna do a quick warm up, and then we're gonna get our feet right into those loops here. So let's lie all the way down here, making sure that your head is flat because we will be coming into bridging a little bit later. Hands will come right down by your side, knees bent, feet are flat, and let's just start to rock those knees side to side for a moment here. Letting them sway, letting them fall, loosening up the low back, the hips, and just letting those knees rock side to side for a moment here. And then as we rock those knees, we're gonna make this range of motion smaller and smaller until those knees end right on top of those hips here. Feet are flat, and we're gonna take a pelvic rock. So thinking of rocking the pelvis, tucking in towards the nose, and then releasing, creating that small arch in the low back. Exhale, we tuck, and then we release. Scooping those abdominals in, and releasing. Let's take two more here. Exhale, scooping and tuck. Releasing, one more here. And then we find that place where we're nice and neutral in the pelvis. Hands are gonna come back behind the head. Head is heavy in those hands, and we're gonna take a few ab curls here to finish this warm up. We exhale to curl, and releasing right back down. Keeping head heavy in those hands, exhaling to curl, releasing right back down. Exhaling, eyes towards those thighs. Let's take it for 5. Exhale, ribs gliding towards those hips. We have 3 more here, waking up those abdominals. Next time here, we're gonna curl it up. We're gonna hold it up and take little pulses up and up. Little pulses here, ribs gliding. 4, 3, 2, and 1, releasing it all the way down. Let's go ahead and grab right onto the bar. We're gonna take one foot into each strap here, into each loop. And then from there, we're gonna take it into some supine work. So we're gonna be staying lying down. Feet come right into those loops, and let's lift those legs up to tabletop. Again, if it isn't heavy enough, you can always roll the bar or tighten those straps. Let's bring the bar back behind the head to start, or back behind the neck, keeping the upper body down. And we're just gonna go for a lift and lower here. So small range of motion, lowering those legs, lifting right back up. Thinking about those abdominals. Core is staying nice and strong and steady, and we're lowering and lifting these legs. Lowering a few inches, exhale, thinking abdominals as we lift back up. Reaching through the straps, thinking back chain of the legs, and then as we lift, we're using those abdominals to scoop and lift those legs right back up. Let's take 3 more here, lower. Exhale, scoop for 2, lower. Exhale, scoop, 1 more here. Find that halfway down place. We're gonna slide the feet open. Pull the inner thighs right back together. We slide it open. Pull those inner thighs, thinking of those low abdominals here as we slide, as we pull back, and really similar here to feet and straps on the reformer. Just taking it to the mat. We slide it out. Pull the inner thighs right back in. We have 4. Feeling those abdominals. Right below the belly button, we have 2. 1 more here. We bring those legs right back in. We bend those knees. We press those feet right back out. We bend those knees. We push those feet right back out. We're bending and then pressing through those arches. Nice and controlled here. As we bend the knees in, we're making sure we don't bend in too much here where they're coming in towards the chest. Nice and strong with this range of motion. Bending and reaching. And if we want to make this move a little bit harder, we separate those feet, trying to make sure those legs move equally. Bending and pressing. Again, if there isn't enough resistance, you can always reach that bar farther up overhead, creating even more resistance here and adding that arm work. We press it out, we bend them right back in, trying to move those legs together, bending and pressing. We have 4. Reaching through those straps, equal through those feet for 2. One more here, press it right back out, stay out. This time we turn the toes out, so heels together, toes apart. We slide them right back out, zip the inner thighs back together, slide it out. Pull those heels, pull those inner thighs back together, we slide. And we pull, still thinking about those inner thighs, those low abdominals. And now with that turn out, we're focusing a little bit more on those inner thighs. Sliding and pulling. We have 5 more here. Working the inner thighs, those low abdominals, slide and pull. Final one here, bring heels together, toes apart. We bend in for that frog. Squeeze and press right back out. We bend in. We squeeze and press, we bend. Pushing through those arches, keeping those heels glued together. If those heels don't stay together, maybe we reach them a little bit higher. If we want it more challenging for the core, we'll reach the legs a little bit lower. Just make sure that that low back stays heavy the whole time we're here. Making sure we're not arching through that low back, just like our warm up. Pressing out, pulling those knees back in, squeezing those heels together, we bend. And we press. 2 more here, we bend. And we press. 1 more here, bend. Reach it right back out, and then we're gonna keep those knees bent, holding here for a moment like a clamshell. You're gonna pulse the knees out and out. We're squeezing those heels together nice and tight with those heels, like there's a piece of paper between the heels, and we're trying not to lose that paper. Squeezing those heels, little pulses out. And out. We have 4. Squeezing and pulsing for 2. For 1, send those legs right back out. We're gonna make those feet parallel this time, and we're gonna bend one knee in, and then we're gonna switch. Other knee bends, the other leg extends. Bend and switch. Bend and switch. So 1 leg moves at a time here, nice and still through the pelvis. Thinking of that warm up here with that pelvic rock, trying to stay neutral here. We bend, we reach. We bend, we reach. A few more just like this, keeping those hips heavy. Reaching through those arms if we're using that extra resistance here. Bend and switch. We take it for 4. And reach. Good. Final 3. Hips stay heavy. 2 more here for each side. Final 1. And then we're gonna turn this into a bicycle. 1 leg goes down, other leg goes up. And we're biking those legs here. Reaching through those straps. Again, really trying to stay steady through that pelvis. As we bike, maybe the range of motion is smaller here. Reach and pull. Reach and pull. Let's take 3 more here, feeling those abdominals, feeling those legs. And then we're gonna reverse that direction. Opposite way, we're gonna bike backwards here. Reaching through that strap, pushing through that arch, that heel. Let's take it for 3, nice and steady through that torso for 2. 1 more here. Bring those legs back together, lift those legs up. From here, we're gonna take leg circles. We open at the top, circle towards the bottom, and we're taking whatever range of motion here works right for your body, whatever that means for you today. Maybe these circles are much bigger than mine, maybe they're smaller. Keeping that pelvis steady, using those abdominals as we circle those legs. Down together, up and open. Let's take a few more here in this direction, circling these legs. We have 2. Last one in this direction, and we reverse. We take them down together, open, back together. The smaller, the more controlled, the more that core is going to be working here. The bigger those are, the more we have to focus on staying steady through that core. We have 3. Circle those legs for 2. Final 1, and then we can bend those knees in, give it a quick break. Maybe we rock those knees side to side, and we're gonna come into a little bit more glute work here, more back of the legs. Rocking those knees for a moment, giving it that quick break. And then we rock those knees right back in, and we're gonna place our feet nice and flat onto the ground here, just being mindful if you have a pup, we don't step on them. And then from here, stay holding onto this bar. I'm gonna take this bar up overhead to create more resistance. Again, you can always reach it back to the crown of the head. I'm gonna keep it right about forehead height here. From here, feet are pressing into the ground, feet are hip distance apart. We're gonna start to tuck that tail just like that pelvic rock, rolling ourselves up into our bridge, pressing through the feet, and then we melt ourselves upper back, middle back, and low back. Keep reaching through the bar. We tuck that tail, rolling it up into that bridge, reaching through the knees, and then we melt ourselves upper, middle, and lower. Again, tuck that tail, pressing through the feet, rolling it up, feeling back of those legs, and then melting upper, middle, and lower. A few more here. Tuck that tail, pressing through the feet. We roll it up, really activating back chain of those legs. Keep reaching through that bar, and we melt ourselves right back down. Let's take 2 more here. Tuck that tail, articulating up. And if articulating doesn't feel good today, we take it with a flat back here instead. 1 more here. Tuck that tail, rolling it up into that bridge, holding here, little pulse up and up. We're pulsing those hips, squeeze and lift and lift. Let's take it 5, reaching through the arms, bar is over the forehead. 3, 2, hold it here. You're gonna lower the arms so they're over the chest, and then reach them right back behind. Lower them so they're over the chest, and then reach them back behind here. In front, up overhead. Stay lifted in that bridge here, staying up in the bridge so glutes and hamstrings are working the whole time we're here. We have 5, lifting and lowering this bar for 4, pushing through the feet, feeling back of those legs. We have 2 more here, lift and lower. Final 1, stay lifted up overhead. Again, pulse those hips up and up, pressing through the feet, squeezing those glutes, pulsing. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now we're gonna lower those hips right back down. Keep the bar up overhead. This time as we lift the hips up, we're gonna lower the bar towards the hips. And then as we tap them down, lift that bar right back overhead. Everything comes in towards the center. And then we lower the hips, reach the bar up overhead. Squeeze the glutes, lift the hips. And then right back up. We have 5 more here. Squeeze and lift. Bar goes up overhead. Final 4, pushing through those feet. Reaching right back up. We have 2. And lifting 1 more here. Staying here through center. Again, we pulse the hips up and up. Pushing through those feet. Squeezing the glutes for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keeping that bar right over the head. This time we're gonna add some legs to this to make it a little bit more challenging. Focus on that balance here. Bring your feet a little bit closer together so they're a little bit closer than hip distance. Pushing through the feet. Lift yourself right back up, and we're just holding that bar overhead. Again, if you want more resistance, we're lifting it even higher. We're gonna take a march. 1 leg lifts up. Place that leg down, other side, lift and lower. We're marching those legs here, keeping that bar nice and steady. Hips are lifted. Marching 1 leg comes up, place it down, pushing through that foot, other side here. Nice and steady, press and press. We have a few more here, squeezing the glutes, pushing through the foot. 1 more on each side. And then we're gonna take it all the way down, lower those hips right back down. We're gonna add a little bit more of a challenge here. Next time we lift it up, we hold it lifted, reach the right leg up, keep it up in tabletop, holding here. We're holding that bar overhead. We press the leg out, bend the knee right back in, push it out. Bend it in. We have 6. We press and we bend, really push through that left foot, that supporting side, and reaching through that bar to create that resistance. Final 2. Final 1, bend that knee back in, place it down, tap the hips down for a moment, squeeze, lift right back up, left leg up to tabletop, reaching through the bar, we press the leg out, bend the knee right back in, pushing through the right foot, nice and steady and strong through that supporting side. We have 5 more here, press it out. And control, reaching through the bar, pushing through that arch. Final 2. Final 1, bend the knee in, place the foot down, lower the hips down. We have 1 more variation here. Squeeze those glutes, lift up into that bridge. This time right leg goes straight to the sky. We lower it straight down, lift it straight back up, really pushing through this left side, nice and strong and sturdy. We lower, we lift, we take it for 5, thinking back of this leg here. We're not lowering it all the way down. We're avoiding that tension in the low back. We have 2. And lift. 1 more here. Lift, keep the leg straight to the sky, pulses up and up, reaching through these toes. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knee, place it down. Lower the hips for a moment here, giving yourself that quick break. Squeeze, we lift it right back up. Left leg now is straight to the sky. Same thing, we lower it straight down, lift it right back up. Straight down, right back up. We're staying lifted in that bridge here, reaching through the arms, lower and lift. We take it for 3, and then we're gonna pulse that leg up. For 2, 1 more here, straight to the sky, we pulse it up, reaching through those toes, pushing through the supporting foot. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend that knee, place it all the way down here, and then again, let's rock those knees side to side. We can take the bar in for a moment, letting those arms rest, rocking those knees from side to side here. Letting it release, letting it feel good. And then we'll rock those legs right back through center. We're gonna take this bar again back behind the head. You're gonna keep your left leg down, but we're gonna send our right leg straight to the sky. If this is not enough tension, you're gonna put both straps over this 1 foot, and we're gonna take leg circles. You have the choice of sending the other leg straight to the ground or keeping a gentle bend in that knee here. We're gonna take this right leg, this top foot, circle it across, down, around, and up. Take it across, down, center, and up. So we take it across the hip, circle it down, back in line with the same hip, and then we lift it straight up. We circle it across and up. So we're really just going across the body, back to center and lifting. Again, thinking of that pelvis nice and steady through the hips. If it bothers your hip for any reason, we keep the knee bent as we circle here. Circling with that bent knee, otherwise that leg is extended, and we're staying nice and steady through the hips here. Again, if you need more resistance, we just double up the strap, so both straps are on this 1 foot. Let's take 3 more here in this direction. Final 2. Final 1, and then we're gonna reverse directions. Take it down, across, and up. Down, across, and up. And if you're feeling that click in your hip today, we just make sure that knee stays bent as we circle it around. It'll avoid that tension in the hip. We have 3 more here for this side. Final 2, circling this leg. Last rep here, and then we're gonna reach this leg straight down towards the floor. Other leg comes straight up, and we're almost finished with class. This is our last series. We circle it over, down, center, and up. Over, down, center, and up. We're circling this leg. Like those toes are drawing the D shape here. Across and then straight back up. Let's take it for 2. 1 more here, and then we reverse. We take it down first, across and up. Down first, across and up. Trying to keep those hips as steady as we can for 2. One more here, and then bend both of those knees, lower the bar down. We're gonna take those straps off of our feet, place them down by the side, and let's take a quick figure 4 stretch, crossing the right knee over the left, and then we can always pull that thigh in, curling up for a deeper stretch, and just enjoy that stretch here for a moment. Back of that leg, glute and hamstring, maybe we rock side to side. And then we'll switch legs, cross the other over, pulling that knee in, that thigh, taking that quick stretch here. And then rocking right back through center. We'll come all the way up through seated, and we are finished with class today. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, my name is Jill from Movement with Jill, and I hope to see you again soon. Thank you.